Jazz music. It's a genre with a lot going on. You've got your Latin jazz, funk, soul, fusion, bebop, swing, Kansas City, Afro-Cuban, and so many others. And for 30 years, jazz radio station KUVO has helped local, national, and international audiences keep up with the beat. KUVO and Rocky Mountain PBS have had a partnership since 2013, but we aren't the only ones who want to trumpet it. Downbeat magazine named the station one of the 5 reasons to love jazz radio. And across the pond, the Telegraph newspaper in London called KUVO a class act, one of the top 3 jazz and soul internet radio stations in the world. We head inside KUVO studios in Denver's 5 Points so that you can put faces to voices.
KUVO is the community station that for a long, long time was kind of like the best kept secret. We call ourselves the oasis in the city for 30 years running. Community, culture, and music is what KUVO is all about. Community, it's really about a sense of place. You can't fake that. That kind of rolls into culture because we all come together and it makes us better people, and we have a better community because of that. I don't think there's a better genre of music than jazz to express this collective feeling that we get from living in this community, from contributing to the culture. The music is really a reflection of the community and the culture.
We started working on it in 1983, and in 1985 we went on the air. It was the only Latino-controlled public radio station. The idea was it was going to be a Spanish language public radio station. When we went on the air, it was an English language, jazz-oriented station, which then lent itself to being very multicultural.
This is 89.3 KUVO.
We ended up having it become a jazz station because the majority of Latinos in this area did not utilize Spanish language radio because they didn't speak Spanish. We primarily spoke English. When we asked them, what do you want to listen to, jazz rose to the top. It was challenging in that we had no idea how to run a radio station.
The whole dream about KUVO was a community-based station that was serving the Latino community, and that's how it started. People from around the world were impacting jazz. The influences weren't just from this country. They were coming from Latin America, they were coming from the Caribbean, from Africa, from Eastern Europe. So the music was changing, and we just felt that culturally, rhythmically, it just made sense to see what we can do with this genre. You have to find your comfort zone with jazz. You have to have an open mind. When I first was listening to jazz, I was into rock, and I was into soul music, and I was into Latin music, but I didn't really know what jazz was about.
I prefer the accordion. I prefer dancing and swirling. But when I listen to jazz music, I feel very relaxed, and then all of a sudden it just grabs you and sweeps you up, and you find yourself in your own mind sort of swirling and twirling up in the air.
Well, I heard Miles Davis one day, and he was funking it up. We're talking late 60s, early 70s. Other people came to jazz through soul. They loved the groove. Other people loved the melody. Other people loved vocalist. Other people loved the percussionist. So what you do is you kind of find the niche that you like. So jazz is kind of like the common denominator that brings all of these different rhythmic and melodic influences to the music.
You know, the universality comes not just in jazz music, but almost any kind of music.
In my musical personality, there's influences of rock and blues, or funk music, Swedish heavy metal, Brazilian folk songs, and rap music, hip hop, bluegrass, and it's jazz, but it's much more than that. This radio station and the community especially, they embrace that.
We know that we've arrived. KUVO is considered right now one of the top jazz outlets, not only in this country, but in the world. A lot of people from around the world, because of technology and streaming, we've gotten some accolades in recent years. Musicians know about KUVO because of their peers. And then the musicians are the unsung heroes here because they take this theme around the world. I think the thing that distinguishes us is that when you hear KUVO, you definitely get a sense of our community. We are not shy about talking about the talent that we have in this community and welcoming them in to share that talent.
It is amazing what will bubble to the top when you combine all that talent.
I came in here 5 years ago with a CD that I recorded at my house. They played it on the air. It just meant the world. And I came in with another album and they played that one again. And then would invite me in to do a performance here and on-air interviews. KUVO is extremely supportive of its local community and local talent and musicians, and they embrace diversity.
The music that you're hearing is reflecting our community, and if you're part of this community, then your voice also has a chance to influence what we do as well. Without people having this sense, this belongs to me, then you got nothing.
Jazz 89, KUVO, and KVJZ.
There's been a lot of discussion about the future of radio. A lot of it is because of the technology. I think that the radio as a medium certainly has some tremendous challenges right now.
We're celebrating 30 years of broadcasting.
I would say this, I think that public radio, there'll always be a place there because of the networking, the reach that you have. KUVO has become ingrained in the fabric of our community. We're survivors and thrivers at the same time, because 30 years is a good bit of time.